So today's topic, okay, let's start this whole thing again. So, bucket talks, bucket hat talks. Today's topic for bucket hat talks is discipline vs motivation. Today's topic for bucket hat talks is discipline vs motivation. I'm here with my brother.
Hello.
We're gonna do 5K today because my legs are done out. Because I did leg day, and then I did 4 hours of football yesterday and did like 15K yesterday. So yeah, we're only gonna hit 5K today. So do we have a question for chat, or for me, or does chat have a question to kick us off?
Well, what's better?
This is a great question. Okay, so first question for the chat. What's better, discipline or motivation? The short answer, discipline will beat motivation 10 times out of 10 every single day. The reason being, you are not always going to be motivated. You might wake up like me today with sore legs, not motivated to do my walk. But discipline will force me to do it anyway. Because discipline doesn't care about your feelings. Discipline don't care how your body feel. Discipline gonna make you get out of bed and put in the work that you know that you need to do. So in terms of what's better, discipline versus motivation, it's definitely better to be disciplined over motivated. In the best case scenario, you have both motivation and discipline. But yeah, that's the answer to that question. Long, innit? That's even just half. Told you, if you guys just do 10 sprints from here to here, walk down, you ain't gotta do no 10K, bro. You ain't gonna do no jogging that you do, boy. It's dark, innit?
It's a lot.
It's dark. 10 sprints?
For a week.
Yeah, you're finished. That was a good question.
Why is motivation fleeting?
Well, so the question is, why is motivation fleeting? This is a very good question. Because sometimes he's not having enough. Okay.
Good point.
Why is motivation fleeting?
We can't hear nice.
Because motivation depends on a lot of things. Primarily your mood. When you're motivated, you're probably inspired, which these are all good things. To be inspired, to be motivated, to be invigorated or excited about something. It's a positive emotion. But as with every emotion, it doesn't last forever and it's going to change. And also, a lot of motivation, maybe it can be the driving force to get you started, but usually it's not the driving force that helps you finish. Or maybe you get lost in halfway through because the results, you stop seeing the results that you want, right? It's, when you first hit gym, you might see some initial progress, but after a month or two, the progress is very small. And then it's only after 6 months, when you compare yourself from how you looked 6 months ago, do you realize, wow, I've made a lot of progress. But a lot of people fall off because their motivation dies down. Because they're not seeing the results that they want instantly, that instant gratification. So I think motivation is good, because if you surround yourself with the right people who can help you, and they can help boost that, but at the same time, you can't depend on it because it is fleeting. That'll be a question in the chat. is. Do we have some random kids? Yeah, you can say that. You can say that. I'm live right now. Welcome to the chat, boys. Yeah, I'm live still. I'm live on Twitch right now. Twitch. Yeah. Nah, I'm not that cool, man. I'm not that cool. W's in the chat. W's in the chat.
No, I didn't record him doing a wheelie.
Oh, you guys can do tricks, yeah?
He can, I can.
Oh yeah, cool. Do a wheelie for the chat.
Yeah, that's good.
Cheese!
See you later.
Big dub. Hiya.
You're alright.
How comes you ain't got no shoes though?
I don't know.
It's a little bit dangerous though. You might step on something.
She didn't cry, she stepped on glass.
Yeah, that's
She
not.
stepped on glass and I didn't cry.
I mean, well done. You didn't cry, but you ain't got to put yourself through that pain, like.
Yeah.
Now
All right,
she's
see you later, guys.
like,
Big W, big W.
I'm gonna go to the
Get her some shoes, man. I'm trying. Yeah. I wish. Love. Look.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, this is what happens when you're outside in life, boy. So it was a W question that I completely forgot. What was it? It was what was it? It was like
What's the best way to get?
yeah.
Oh,
So the question is, how do you make yourself disciplined? I think something along the lines of,
what's the best way to get?
okay, what's the best way to get disciplined?
Because the reason I asked that is because you can for example, you can do like a sport. You can do like, I don't know, karate or something. Or you could read books and get disciplined. Or you could listen to I don't know, David Goggins' podcasts. Or do you know what I mean? What's the best, most sustainable way to get disciplined?
Well, this is a very good question. I think sustainable is the key word. What is the most sustainable way to get disciplined? I think the discipline, there is some level of, I think for the long term, if you're really forcing yourself to do something, it's probably not going to work out. So there has to be an element of whatever the thing that I'm trying to be disciplined at, I really understand the value. So you need to understand the value of not having one too many cakes or not having one too many pies. You need to understand the value of not smoking. You need to understand the value of not going out drinking this Friday night. What is the value that it gives me that I appreciate more than just the thing? So that makes it way easier and more sustainable. If you know that smoking kills, then you already know, well, my life is probably more valuable than this cigarette, right? So I should probably choose my life over the cigarette. So when the discipline aligns with your life goals, it makes everything a lot easier. Alright, it's a bit noisy around here, chat. We're gonna wait until we cross the road. I'm so upset about my mic, man.
How's it bit annoying?
The mics ain't cheap, but I guess it's a different brand. Because when you listen to the mic on the iPhone, it was so crisp.
Oh really?
Yeah, so crisp. You can't hear no wind, can't hear no cars, no nothing. Yeah, so to continue that, basically, your discipline needs to be in alignment with your values. Then it's going to last for the rest of your life. So whatever is your hierarchy of value, if it's staying fit or if it's being educated.
Spare spiders in your hair. Because you're walking straight underneath the branch.
Yeah, that's what I got caught last time. Then you're gonna survive the long haul. It will feel less like a chore, it'll feel less like you're forcing yourself, and it'll move closer to you actually being in alignment with the things that you want in your life. So yeah, that's a W question.
What's like the highest benefit of motivation?
Well, I think the highest benefit of motivation is when you haven't got discipline. Motivation can help you move to that next stage of being disciplined. Also, let's say you're surrounding yourself with people that have similar mindsets with you, like going to a drama school, like going to a doctor's school, or being surrounded by friends that all want to learn skateboarding. These things, these people will rub off you, right? And that will motivate you to either do the thing or practice the thing, right? So this is the great benefit of motivation. Motivation can really spread like across different people, and motivating them to kind of get out of their shell more or experience other things more. So I think that's one of the best things about motivation. Somebody that maybe doesn't like to talk but is put in a certain group and people motivate that person to go out of their comfort zone. I think that's a beautiful thing. Or if you have a friendship group that motivates each other to stay on point, that's also a beautiful thing. So that was what I would say about one of the benefits of motivation. It's not all bad. Just because it's temporary doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. It can definitely be a very inspiring thing. W's in the chat.
What's the worst thing about discipline?
The worst thing about discipline. So what is the worst thing about discipline? Well, I think the worst aspect of discipline is how isolating it can feel, how lonely it can feel. Some people can look at you a bit strange. For example, for the majority of my adult life, teenage life, I never really drank alcohol. That was just my own discipline. I saw what it's done to members of my family, etc. And I didn't want that for myself. I didn't want to be a man that was consumed by spirit or liquor or alcohol. So, but then in most adult social settings, what do people do? They go to the pub, they go out drinking, they go clubbing, drinking again. So a lot of adult social events, are surrounded by that. So if you're disciplined in a certain area, like alcohol, or maybe it's your diet, everyone wants to go out and you're disciplined because you want to have home cooked meals and you're watching your macros, your micros, or etc. That can kind of isolate you socially. So I think that is the discipline definitely sets you apart from the group, because most of the group are following the group. So already that kind of makes you a little bit unique. So there is that aspect which is a bit jarring. W's in the chat, that's a good question.
Then, so what's the worst thing about that?
Yeah.
What's the bridge in between?
The bridge between discipline and motivation. Okay, well, the bridge between discipline and motivation, I would say, is action. You can be motivated to do something, but then don't actually do it. And discipline hopefully means that you've done it once. But the proof is in the consistency. So again, action is definitely the glue between motivation and discipline, because you can have loads of discipline, but if you don't put it into action, it's useless. You can have loads of motivation. Again, if you don't put it into action, it's useless. So the best thing is that you put whatever it is into action and see it out to completion. Finish it. Finish the job. Get the job done and finish it, you know? And you can see reap the rewards of that and be happy with what it is that you've done. So yeah, W chat, that's a good question.
Like when growing up, what's more important to have?
Well, this is a tough question. The question is, when you're growing up, is it more important to have discipline or is it more important to be motivated? I would say discipline. The reason why I would say discipline is because, let's go through it. Yeah, not yet. The reason why I would say discipline The reason why I would say that when you're younger, it's better to be disciplined over motivated is because you're going to have a lot of peer pressure when you're younger. So the motivation to do good and bad things is going to be there. And what's going to differentiate you between other people is your discipline. So the barriers and boundaries that you set for yourself to make sure that you are achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. Maybe you're going to piano lessons, maybe you're doing karate on the side, football on the side, whatever it is. Or even it's just, I want to make sure I get good grades, have good attendance at school. I knew someone that just never wanted to miss school, even if they broke their leg. They wanted 100% attendance. I was like, that's not that deep. But for me, it was never that deep, but for them, it meant a lot, right? And that was their discipline. And again, you can have outside, external input telling you that, oh, what you're thinking is not that important, but actually, you should be disciplined and maintain whatever it is that thing is for you. So, a lot of people would be in much different places if they stayed disciplined when they were younger. That's for sure. Anyone that you know that is great, any LeBron James, any freaking Ludwig, who's this composer, you know, from young, they stayed disciplined in their craft. And that's why they were able to reach the heights that they reached. W's in the chat. Question.
When that's kind of what they answer. I'll ask anyway. When like setting up a business, what's more important? Probably discipline. But
Well, discipline is good for sure, but I would say that don't underestimate motivation. You kind of need to be enthusiastic about your own business because nobody else gives a crap, right? So if you're not enthusiastic about it and motivated about it, then trust me, no one else is gonna care. And that passion is usually what helps your business be successful. There needs to be some measure of like, this person's a little bit crazy. Because you're trying to do something that probably hasn't never been done before. So you need that edge. Discipline is obviously what's going to make you reach the final goal, but motivation is also very, 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 very important when starting your business because, like I said, there's going to be nobody else to support you. So if you're not motivated, trust me, no one else is. So W question in the chat, well done.
I don't know.
You feel like you ask every question on this topic?
Yeah.
You can hand it to ChatGPT if you run out of questions. That's fine. Bucket Hat Talks.
But I like to keep it.
Well, then produce. you can't tell me. You can't tell me that you're struggling and I give you a solution and you don't want to use the solution. Bucket Hat Talks though, today's topic is discipline vs motivation.
Why is that today's topic?
Why is that today's topic?
Yeah.
Because ChatGPT told me.
I'm thinking I feel that's a cool answer.
No, it's not that deep. Basically, I just think that everything that you want in life, you can get if you're disciplined, pretty much. As long as you stay focused and put your energy towards the thing that you want to achieve, you will achieve it. And I think our attention spans now are very short. Our patience is very short. We're used to getting things instantly, and we're not used to working very hard or very long on something, despite the crazy rewards at the end. There's crazy rewards at the end of it. You work out every day for a year. At the end of that year, there is crazy results. But we just don't have the discipline nor motivation anymore, really. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I was like, it's a 5K short topic, not like super deep topic, to just get that message out there.
If there's any advice you could give to your younger self on this motivation, what would you say?
Well, I think every person that you see right now who is doing multiple things has got the hands and fingers in so many different pies, have only reached that level because they were solely focused and successful in one thing. Okay, a prime example is, let's say, Michael Jordan, best in the world, focused, disciplined at basketball, then was able to go into tennis, then was able to go into business, then he was able to have a brand, then was able to go in and own different companies. So it's like, okay, he didn't start off trying to own all these different companies and be a tennis player and be an NBA player. He didn't do all that, no. He started off playing basketball. Kanye West, another prime example, started off as a producer, and then became a rapper, and then did shoes, and then did clothes, and now he is the billionaire that we see today. So some of the most successful people that we see today, Elon Musk, again, another example. He got into the scene with PayPal, focused in on that, and then after PayPal, he was able to make Tesla. And Tesla focused on cars, batteries, and then SpaceX, and then X, and then AI. So it's like you don't get to the level where you have that level of success by being a jack of all trades. You get there by being a specialist and being focused and disciplined in one area, putting all your energy to gain a certain level of success and resources and reputation, and then you can branch out. It's okay to be typecast, because you can always get another casting. But if you don't get the typecast, then you got no casting. Right? So everybody got to start somewhere. And that's kind of like the 2 cents on that. W chat, huh?
Is it better to be like Zaintu and have master like one move, or be like Yorichi and have 13? Does that make sense?
At the pinnacle, at the end, you want to have multiple moves at the end. But at the beginning, you want to have one move mastered. Absolutely mastered to it is extreme. This will take you further than being average in 5 different places, because everybody else is already average in the same places. They're already average there. But if you excel in one area and you dominate that particular field, you will be the go-to person for that particular field. And then you can branch out, and then you can learn new skills and diversify your portfolio. But in the beginning, it's better to put all your eggs in one basket and make sure you see that that golden egg actually hatch. W chat, W question. Yeah.
Would you say
Gucci bucket hat.
yeah, like on a run, yeah, is it better to have music or not have music?
Well, I would say whatever keeps you motivated. Really, I think if you have most people that go on a run, they're able to kind of zone out. I think when people don't have music and they have so much free time to themselves, their mind starts to wander, and sometimes that wandering is not for the benefit of the person. So it depends on the person, I guess, but I would probably always say put some music on or put a podcast on, use that time wisely.
But do you not think like no music is more discipline? Or training discipline?
I mean,
whereas music like more motivational.
I think whatever gets you to finish the task. I think it's about that rather than just because you can jog without music, it doesn't make you any better than somebody else. What makes you better than somebody else is are you more consistent. So whatever you got to do to be more consistent is what's going to win in the end of the day. That's what wins the race. Can you stay at this pace, fast pace for a longer period of time? That's what makes you win the race, right? So whatever keeps you disciplined in that scenario is good. That's free cash.
See when you've like failed at something like too many times. Which of the two will help you like come back again? Like say you failed your driving test 10 times. Like which of the two is going to help you come back? Or maybe you failed your maths GCSE and you have to resit. You have to resit again and again and again because you're failing it.
Of course. That's a good question. That's a good question. So, basically, the question is, if you've experienced a failure, what is going to help you get back on your feet more to change that failure into a win, motivation, or discipline? Tricky question, to be fair, because it could go either way. I would definitely say that especially when it comes to a failure, I think the fact that you failed is the motivation for you to try and get back up on your feet and try again. More so than discipline. I feel like, maybe you work harder if you're motivated to change that decision or achieve that goal, as opposed to just going through the motions of the discipline of, okay, I'm going to do another test or whatever it is. So I think in that scenario, actually, you being motivated to win can really push you to new heights, right? It pushes you to your extreme, and I think that's going to allow you to perform at your peak. So in that scenario, I would definitely say that being motivated might help you reach a new height that maybe just being disciplined won't. W chat, W question, bucket hat talks. We almost finished with our 5K. We're on the last stretch home now. Last few questions before we end stream. Gucci bucket hat, Gucci bucket hat.
It's like consistency is key, yeah.
Consistency is definitely key.
But it's like, and that kind of coincides with discipline. Kind of to an extent. But like, could you make an argument that motivation in like short bursts could be better? Because you might get further over the line of whatever you need to achieve with motivation, rather than like slow, like progressive with discipline, but it's consistent.
Well, that's a difficult question to answer, and the question is, can motivation take you further because of the bursts of energy that it gives you, as opposed to the monotonous entry points of discipline? Well, consistency is definitely key. Discipline without consistency is not discipline. Motivation on its own still won't get you over the line. I think that's a tough one. Do I have an answer to that? I think that's a tough one, because you can be motivated to be disciplined in that scenario, because you can help you see the results. But then if you only act when you feel motivated to act, yeah, okay, now that I've said it out loud, if you only act when you feel motivated to act, you will not reach your destination. Someone that is, they say what do they say? The tortoise, the hare and the tortoise race, right? The tortoise is just every single day trudging along, focused on reaching the finish line. The hare's way faster, but less disciplined, less motivated. The direction is not always forward. So I think for sure consistency is key, and discipline will definitely get you over the mark with the 100% win rate. But sometimes, yeah, you can be strongly motivated to the point where it might outweigh discipline, but I don't think it's not 100% win rate. So yeah, I would say discipline will outrank motivation in that sense. Gucci bucket hat, Gucci bucket hat. Oh man, the way we had to walk, bro, I wasn't even trying to walk today.
Your legs are tired.
My legs are gone.
Yeah, when you was first walking, you was walking like this.
My belly gone, my legs gone, everything gone.
He wasn't really walking.
Alright, do you have one last question or are we done?
I'll be honest, I can't even know.
He's cooked, chat. He's cooked. So
That's me done still.
we're gonna end chat there. Thank you so much for being with us. Hope you have a wonderful day. W's in the chat. Brody over there.
Love out.
See you on the next episode of Bucket Hat Talks.